Welcome everybody! Today I'm going to show you how to set up ArcGIS Field Maps, a mobile application that will help you to take your fieldwork from this to this. I'm going to walk you through the 6 steps that I follow when setting up ArcGIS Field Maps. These 6 steps are all that you need to know when trying field maps for the first time. You can always add more advanced settings later. Now let's get started with step number 1. In step number 1, we will be planning the menus for the ArcGIS Field Maps app. We will open Excel and work with several Excel sheets within one Excel file. And each sheet will receive a name, which will later turn into a domain or a field name in ArcGIS. We will fill in values and improve our planning, receiving some feedback. We are going to set up field maps to help us carry out inspections at municipality playgrounds. In order to visualize which drop-down menus and other data fields would serve us while collecting our field data, we start with a tool as simple as an Excel sheet. We have to ask, what are we likely to look at when inspecting playgrounds? Well, playground objects such as a slide, swing, seesaw, climber, a bench, garbage can, sandbox, ground, fence, and maybe some other objects. Now we have created a list of playground objects. This first list shows us that we will want to include a menu with playground objects in the app. Then we can choose any of those objects from a drop-down menu while working outdoors. A drop-down menu will make our fieldwork faster and help us to stay consistent in our data collection. Once that we are at the playground and detect that a playground object is defective, what drop-down menu do we need to communicate what needs to be fixed? And we make yet another list with our ideas. Someone might have to replace, repair, clean, remove, or paint, or do something else that is not yet listed. So we also add other. Maybe we want to add if the issue is urgent or a matter of general maintenance. So we add 1 week or sooner, 6 months, 12 months, and also perhaps we want to add why the playground object needs fixing. Is it because of it being worn after use? Is it due to vandalism or extreme weather events? We also want a box for free text, and we want to add the date. Now we have got an overview of our data collection template. We can email the Excel sheet to clients or collaborators to get a second opinion. Maybe someone wants to add or remove some options. And once we have double-checked that everybody is happy with the basic structure planned for the Field Maps app, we have completed step 1 and can go ahead with step number 2. In step 2, we are going to create a feature class in ArcGIS Pro. Usually creating a feature class in Pro doesn't take too much when we're just looking to create a feature class with geometry. However, now we do want to attach drop-down menus, our domains, to that feature class. And that means that we will have to transfer all the information that we planned in Excel to domains and fields in ArcGIS. So that's what we want to do first, and I will also show you how I sort the domains by giving them numbers. Then in the next step, we will add values within the domains, like domain values or subtypes. They are called codes with descriptions in ArcGIS Pro. All domains, that means all drop-down menus, need values. You cannot have a drop-down menu without a value in it. But not every field of a feature class needs a domain. That means you can have fields that are filled with values that are not necessarily predefined. And that leads us to our new feature class, which we will create in ArcGIS Pro. First we'll create the new feature class with a point geometry, and then we will connect the fields of that feature class with domains. Again, not all fields in our new feature class will have a domain. The date and the text will go without. But most fields will receive a domain, which we will go ahead and create now. We go to our geodatabase and open domains. Now we have transformed the names of our Excel sheets into domain names. Save, reopen. The domain names are sorted in alphabetical order, and now I add numbers to make the domain names follow my order. Here we go. Now we click on each domain and add the code and description with our values, the subtypes. Right-click on the geodatabase, new feature class. Open the attribute table and add field. We add the domain names, choose the correct data type and choose a domain. We do not add a domain to date and text, but choose data type date for the date and add 500 characters for the field text. Last I untick Allow Null for playground objects. Now that we have prepared our new feature class in ArcGIS Pro, we are ready to share the feature class to ArcGIS Online, which is a pretty straightforward step. First, we choose Share from the Pro menu bar, then we press Web Map, fill in the item details and everything else. We click Analyze, and today we will have to auto-assign IDs, which Pro does for us, which is convenient, and then we share to ArcGIS Online. While step 3 was a bit more laid back, sharing our new feature class to ArcGIS Online, step 4 will be a bit more complex. We will now be editing the feature class in ArcGIS Online to make sure that we will actually be able to add data once we use the feature class in our Field Maps app, which is the whole point with creating a Field Maps app. We check that we can see the content that we just shared, and that should be the case if we were properly logged in. We will adjust the settings for the feature class. We will adjust the settings for the web map. If needed, we will do a workaround to add the edit button to our ArcGIS Field Maps app. We will make everything look nice and tidy, changing names, sharing with our organization if necessary, and create offline areas to use our maps without mobile phone coverage. We click on the feature layer hosted, that's our feature class, settings, delete protection, editing, sync, allow others to export, save. We enter the settings of the web map, tick Use in Field Maps, and finally we can take a look at our web map in the map viewer. We see editing is enabled, everything looks great. And now is the time to open our Field Maps app. We should see our new map, and we should also see that blue editing button. But even if we did everything correctly, for some reason the blue button doesn't always show immediately. Sometimes it seems the maps just take some time to load properly. So the trick that we do, the workaround, is to save the map a second time. Resaving the map usually solves the problem. We delete the old map and we're ready to go. We can change the names to make everything look nice and tidy. And we share the web map and the feature layer with everybody in our organization who is involved in the fieldwork. And if we have done all the work up until now correctly, we should now be able to see all these menus in our Field Maps app. Now it's time to make offline map areas, which will enable us to bring our phone to areas without mobile coverage, and we will still be able to use our GPS and collect data with a map in the background. Now we've created one offline map area for the region of Madrid, and I'm going ahead and create just another one for the neighborhood Monte Carmelo here in the city of Madrid. We take a look at the Field Map app in our phones and download the two offline areas to our device. And now we should find 3 different types of maps in our Field Maps application. One that is online with all the map area that we wish to see, and then we have one map area for Madrid and one map area for Monte Carmelo. Okay, now is the time for step 5, when I will be doing the fieldwork. And I do have my phone with 3 maps. One that is online, one that is offline for Madrid, and one that is offline for Monte Carmelo. And I will go to 3 different playgrounds and do a tiny field inventory at each one of these 3 playgrounds using a different map at each site. And here you can see the comparison between the 3 maps, the online map, Madrid map and Monte Carmelo map. And the main difference between those 3 map layouts is the level of detail, where the online map is the most detailed, which is dependent on mobile phone coverage. And then we do have the 2 offline maps, one for Madrid and one for Monte Carmelo. None of them is as detailed as the online map. However, the data that you collect is tracked to its position by a GPS, and the GPS positioning works just the same for all 3 of those maps. Now I'm back after the fieldwork, ready for step 6, viewing the data in ArcGIS Online and ArcGIS Pro. And now we have arrived at step 6, the final step, and the easiest step of all. First, we will sync the data from our device to ArcGIS Online, We will open the web map in ArcGIS Online to see our collected data. We will export the data from our feature layer to a shapefile. We will download the data and move our new folder to the correct location on our computer. And then we will briefly view the data in ArcGIS Pro and also in QGIS. In order to synchronize the collected data on your phone from the offline maps to ArcGIS Online, you press the Sync button. We open the web map. Here's our data. Now we open our feature layer, export data, shapefile, fill in all the details. We automatically get to the download page. Go to the download folder, extract. Change the name and move the folder to the correct location on our computer. We open the folder in ArcGIS Pro, add the shapefile to our map and zoom to the layer and open the attribute table. Here's our data. Now we can view the data in QGIS as well. Draw in the shapefile and open the attribute table. Had this been a real project, we would now analyze the data, transform it into a report or into maps. But that is beyond the scope of today's tutorial, and I will save these tasks for another time. That was all for today. Let me know in the comments down below if you found this tutorial helpful, if you have any questions, and if you would like to see similar videos in the future.